Go through the job description, find the key terms, and make sure those terms are also in your resume. Why? Because before a recruiter even gets the chance to review, some companies will have what's called an applicant tracking system that uses AI to scan your resume. So, for example, if the job description is looking for candidates with demonstrable leadership skills, you might want to figure out a way to use that keyword in your resume. Leadership skills. And I should do that for every job I apply for? Oh yeah. It may take a little extra time and effort, but you've only got one shot to make a good impression.
What are some tips to get your resume noticed? What is going to help you most if you want to boost your resume is to look for those opportunities in which you can include keywords from the job description. We sometimes call them ATS keywords, but it's essentially the inclusion of those skills, experience, attributes that the employer is looking for, and they're looking for it on your resume.
How important are keywords from the job description for the ATS?
They're incredibly important. You know, the hiring manager and the company have essentially told you what they're looking for, right? They've put it all out there for you. So you're really looking at that as a guide to say, you know, do I have this many years of experience? Do I have these skills?
Yeah.
And if I do, and I don't have them on my resume, well, then that's your cue to put it on there. Good thing that you can do is pull up 3 to 5 job descriptions for that role title and look for the commonalities, right? Look for those skills that you're seeing across multiple, or that experience that you're seeing posted across multiple, because that's going to tell you, okay, to be successful in this type of role, this is what most employers are going to be looking for.
Look, I'll let you in on a little secret. Employers don't want to read about your last role. They want to know what you achieved. And remember, you've only got their attention for 6 seconds. So ditch the long descriptions and write 4 bullet points: situation, task, action, and result. This is the S.T.A.R method. Here's an example. Condo sales were down over the last 2 quarters. We needed to connect with potential buyers who had once been interested. I instituted a new process for following up with prospective clients. Condo sales increased in Q3 by 30%. If you're having trouble getting started, start with the action step and go backwards.
Now it's time for a few do's and don'ts to take your resume to the next level. Do choose a simple layout. Don't use uncommon fonts, columns, images, graphs, or tables. Keep it concise. Do focus on the last 10 years of your career. Don't include a comprehensive list of every position you've ever held. Do limit the resume length to 1 to 2 pages. Don't expect the recruiter to read past your second page. Do divide sections logically. Always prioritize the most relevant information first. Don't fall into outdated patterns simply because it's the way it's always been done. Do use bullet points for experience descriptions. Don't use paragraphs. They take longer to read. If your resume isn't easy to digest, the recruiter may put it aside. And finally, do use Indeed's free instant resume report to get actionable suggestions to improve your resume.
When it comes to tailoring your resume, if you're applying for a lot of different roles, sometimes that can be overwhelming. You should absolutely have multiple copies of your resume because you will do some tweaking to it dependent on the job description and what a particular company is looking for. But you shouldn't necessarily be doing large overhauls because if you're taking that time at the beginning of your job search to really identify your skill set and what you're going to be looking for, from one company to another, there might not be large changes. Should be minor tweaks.
Hashtag tailor that resume.
Tailor your resume.
Cool. That's it. Make sure to leave a comment down below so we can answer even more of your questions. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.